Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of Answers Workbench tutorials. In this session, we are solving the second numerical on SF and BM plotting on a beam using Answers Workbench. I have already solved this numerical using the theoretical method. You can check the solution. This is the question that we are solving. This beam can be divided into four parts: AB, BC, CD and DE. The dimensions are given as 2 meter, 4 meter, 3 meter and 3 meter. So I have to obtain these kind of graphs which I have already obtained by using strength of materials method. So let's check for the solution using ANSYS and then we will compare if the solutions are correct. So I'll go to static structural and double click on it. I'll rename the file as SFBM example2. I'll go to geometry, right click, new design modular geometry. I'll go to XY, look at. The unit I require is in meter. I'll go to sketching, I'll choose line. This is the first part of the beam. I'll give it dimension. It's 2 meter. Then I'll draw the rest 3 part of the beam and give it dimensions. Next I'll go to concept, lines from sketches. I'll choose the sketch 1, apply and generate. I can see one part, one body has been made. This line body requires a cross section. So I'll define a cross section for it. Say it's a rectangular cross section whose dimensions are 0.05 meter each. Now I will choose the cross section that I have made. So this is done and I want to see the cross section, so I'll go to view, cross section solids. So this is my beam. That's it with the geometry. Now I'll go to model and double click on it. I'll first go to mesh. I'll change the sizing to fine and update. I want to see the vertices. So when I go to static structural, I can clearly see the vertices when I have clicked on show vertices. Now if I look at the question, at point A, that is the starting point of the beam, the load applied is 1 kilonewton in the downward direction. At point B, I can see there is a hinge. So I have to apply the boundary condition accordingly. At point C, there is a load of 2.4 kilonewton downwards. At point D, there is a roller. At point E, there is a load of 1.5 kilonewton again in the downward direction. I'll click on static structure. I'll start with the point A. I'll click on point over here. On this vertex, I am going to apply force. I'll change vector to component. It is in the downward direction. So I can see here the beam is aligned downward along y-axis. So in the y component, I am going to write minus 1000 Newton. Next, I'll go to this point C. Here also I'll apply force. I'll change vector to component. In the y direction, I'll apply a load of 2400 Newton. At point E, I am going to apply the last force on the beam. I'll change vector to component. This load is 1.5 kilonewton, so it is minus 1500 Newton. Now at this point B, I want to apply hinge. So for hinge, we should choose remote displacement. For remote displacement, x, y and z component will be 0. This is the translation type of motion for a hinge which is not possible. We know that for hinge, x and y direction are constrained, so no movement, and since the beam is 1d, z obviously becomes 0. Now when we talk about rotation, one point should be free, that is my y point. Z anyways is not into picture. So for rotation, I will have x component as 0, z component as 0 and y component as free. That makes this hinge. Then I'll go to the point D. Here also I want to apply remote displacement. It is a roller. For roller, I will have x component free, y 0 and z obviously is 0. When I talk about the rotation component, my x component will be 0, y will be free. About the y point, your beam is free to rotate and z is obviously 0. So this makes it a roller support here. Now I'll go to solution, solve. I want to see the solution of deformation directional along the y-axis. I also want to see the force reaction for remote displacement 1, that is for the hinge portion, and also for the remote displacement 2, that is for the roller portion. Next, I want to see the beam tool result so that I can see the stresses. And the most important part that I want to see here is my shear moment diagram. Now this requires a path. So I'll go to model, construction geometry, path. From path type of 2 point, I'll change it to edge. I will select edge over here and select the lines by pressing the control button. Apply. Here I need to give the path that I have just made, and last I'll solve all the things that I want to see. We will start with directional deformation. You can animate and see the deformation of the beam. You can observe that at this position here and here there is hinge and roller. Hence the beam is deflecting at the points where we have applied the load. Here we can see all the solutions at various points. You can click on the probe button and you can see the solution everywhere. Like suppose if you start at this point, here the value is minus 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Similarly, anywhere you click, you can get the values there. If you click on max min, you can see where the deflection is maximum and where it is minimum. You can remove them by clicking back on max min. Now, I want to see the force reaction at the hinge portion. I can see the value in y direction. It is 1.944 kilonewton or 1944.6 Newton. I also want to see the reaction at the roller end. Here the value of reaction is 2955.4. In beam tool results, I can see the combined stresses. That is the maximum and the minimum value of stresses on this beam. And finally, I can see the shear moment diagram on the body. Here you can see the value is minimum at 2 meter, that is 944.62 Newton, and it is maximum of 1500 Newton at 9 meter. Let's check the solution. 9 meter is here at point D. You can see the value here is maximum 1.5 kilonewton, which is 1500 Newton. And at this point, we saw at 2 meter, the value was 0.99. By theoretical method, I am getting 0.67. By using ANSYS method, I am getting the value as 0.944 kilonewton at 2 meter. So this is close and correct. I have already justified in the previous video also that here in ANSYS, the sign conventions could be different. Hence, you are seeing all positive values here. Also, there is nothing like a baseline that you can see. So, all the values have been plotted above the baseline directly. Let's talk about the bending moment diagram. This is a Newton meter. You can see the value is minimum. It's very less, 5.86 into 10 raised to minus 11. So it's very less and approximately equal to 0 at 0 meter. Also at this last point you can see it is 0. And it is maximum 4500 Newton meter at 9 meter length. Let's check by theory. I can see at point D it is maximum 4.51 kilonewton meter, which is approximately correct. Also, if you want to see these values that are obtained at point C, at point B, B is at 2 meter from the start and C is at 6 meter from the start. So you can check over here. Suppose if I want to see at 2 meter, I can see there is a change in graph. There are two values at 2 meter. One is 1000 and the other is 944 in Newton. And if I want to see the bending moment, I can also see that it is 2000 and 1763.3. So there is a change of value here. This is 2 kilonewton meter and I was showing you 2000 Newton meter. So it's correct. You can see here, these are the values that I have obtained. So accordingly, you can just go and scroll over this entire table and you can check the values at various points. If you want, you can export and save this table. Just right click, export. So you can save this in your folder. Say I save it as SFD BMD data. When I open the notepad, this is how it will look like. The first one over here, the first line is of length in meter. The second column is of total shear force in Newton. The third column is of total bending moment. And the fourth one is of total displacement. So these are the various values which you have obtained. At various points, you can check these values. So we have checked the solution by using the theoretical method and the method of ANSYS, and we have found the answers to be approximately close. So our solution by both the methods are correct. You can check one method by using the other. For example, if you choose to solve by theoretical method and then check by ANSYS, it's okay. Or if you solve by ANSYS and then you want to check back by using your theoretical method, so you can again tally the answers. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood this numerical. If you have any doubt, please write to me in the comment section. See you in the next session with another numerical on SFD and BMD analysis in ANSYS. Thank you.